I believe we got Titan because of our extensive work and relationship with the Army Research Lab.
We're here as part of exercise Brave Partner, where we deployed the tactical command post of the 2nd Cavalry Regiment here to North Macedonia. This technology, TMDP, the Tactical Mission Data Platform, allows us to rapidly scale our command post larger or smaller depending on the mission and maintain situational awareness for decision makers.
That's right. That's
So
nice too.
That's Palantir's thing. There you go.
What you saw, that's the Striker, and you'll see more of it.
What's been really cool has been getting to see how we operate in theater with in-theater assets, while also testing out all this new technology, being able to demonstrate these capabilities to our partners as well.
There you go. There's Palantir.
Yeah. So like the same data platform. There you go. It's the same thing. That's exactly that was the end goal. They already did it. Now they have to be more advanced, has to move quicker. So it's really, really interesting. And this integrated tactical network is obviously connected to all the soldiers who will be stationed at a command post integrated infrastructure. So they're going to be connected to Net Warrior at a CPI-2 doing their mission. God forbid an enemy comes and attacks them. They'll get in the Striker and they'll drive away. They'll put on the headset. They'll call who they need to. They'll tell them what's going on, and everyone will be okay because they'll already have known it's coming. Right. And more importantly, the military side, you're not going to have any casualties, and you're not going to lose any of the equipment, either to enemy hands or in any destruction, because it's mobile. And, just with my last thing that I want to just talk about, they are the Department of Defense and the military. I forgot what the exact figure was, but they said they were going to spend over the next decade like 178 billion in training simulation. I'm not sure if you saw that. I'm sure you did. I forgot the exact figure, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is, and I tweeted about this about a month ago, is there's these there's a whole training segment within the military for anybody. You have to go through these trainings to do. Not like that's a surprise to anybody, but the main thing is because now everything is such a digital world, it's not so much of like, if you've ever seen Band of Brothers, they're not doing like, yes, they're on the ground, crawling on their hands and knees, doing push-ups, running up the hill at 4 a.m, but they're also doing a lot of quote unquote software engineering nerd stuff, because the reality of the situation is that's what they are out in the battlefield now. They're developers, they're software engineers out there, 99% of the time for most of these guys. So I tweeted this. It's called, there's 3 projects, Trident, Triumph, and Tripoli, and it's all about training the next generation warfighter. And all of it is built on virtual reality. So, they build the actual, battlefield, if you will, for these projects. I forgot exactly which is which. Triumph, I think, is more related towards, cyber. I think one's more related to actually Middle East and like really in the field. But they're going to have all these different training simulation applications, because if you're going to be like that Brave Partner we just saw, that was in North Macedonia, I think they said, which I think is in Northern Africa. They're going to, before you get deployed to Africa, let's say you're a soldier and you're getting deployed to, somewhere to fight Somalia, you're going to go through this training simulation. You're going to understand like what the surrounding terrain elements are like. Are you going to be able to feel 95-degree heat and humidity? Probably not, but you're going to get a better understanding of like, okay, there's no trees for cover. There's no buildings, this and that. And that way you have some idea when you enter, your area of interest, you're not a complete stranger. And these training simulations, they're new. The headset stuff, and I started with it, I told you so, and I'm going to continue with it, I told you so. But I fucking told you so many moons ago that they were getting into augmented reality and virtual reality. It was on the patents. It was clear as day. We didn't know if they were going to do the hardware. Clearly, they answered that many moons ago, software only. And we're now starting to see the fruits of that come to life with IC2, the Panasonic, battery one. That was tremendous. So, now people are starting to see it. I think that's really going to be helpful in helping it grow from a, AR, VR side. Because when we saw the Microsoft AR, VR about maybe it's 2-3 months ago, it was very, very, very good in a commercial.
Yep.
Anything can look good in a commercial. But we saw, in real time, Panasonic using it for one of their battery machines with a malfunction. And we saw, obviously, I'm sure we didn't see the full process. I'm sure they chipped it down a little bit, but we saw it work in real time in real life what it looks like. It was not a commercial. It was something that their partner was proud to say, hey, we used their mixed reality service and built this. And usually what took us, I forgot what she said, a couple days or weeks they figured out the issue in a couple minutes.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you know, the headset and the AR, the VR, the potential applications are limitless. So from the military side, we're talking about training and simulations for the warfighter, whether you're being stationed to Brazil and you're going to be in the jungles, or if you're going to be in Iraq and in the desert. Now, the Air Force has put out a proposal for their own research lab, which I believe will be Palantir as well. The interesting part about it is, and just to sum up about all the disjointedness is, you have the Army Research Lab with their big thing, Project Convergence and Titan. It's there. We see it. It's almost done, if that makes sense. A couple more years. With the Air Force, we're seeing the Advanced Battle Management tool much more in the articles, much more mentioned in media. And granted, it's not a hardware piece like Titan, but we're seeing it being used in real time and also being used by Space Force. So we're starting to see all the overlap now. Titan was the real first main step to just get in there.